Alright. Cause it's so West Side Stories. Cause it's so. Sorry, I fucked up. Cause it's the West Side Stories with Kyle and Bill. They're doing comedy on the day the towers fell. It's the West Side Stories with your host Wes Branner and Bill and Kyle. How could it get much better? West Side Stories. Hell yeah. Welcome to another episode of West Side Stories Podcast. I am your host, Wes Brenner. Today, we have with me two very funny comedians in the local San Diego scene. We got Bill Barbour and Kyle Drake.
Yo.
Give it up for the boys.
What's up?
Hell yeah, dude. Welcome to the podcast, you
I
guys.
felt like a cuck during that intro song.
I mean, yeah. You could have gotten involved. You could have held one of the mics,
my favorite part of the intro song is when you forgot your own intro song.
yeah.
Like, how does my intro song go?
Yeah, I always have to find the key sometimes. I'm like, I'm like, where is it? Like,
that's the most sophisticated way of saying you forgot.
Yeah.
I have to find the key.
Yeah. It's not even the words I knew, but it's like where it is with the thing. I'm like, I'm going fucking starting cold, you know. But yeah, I always try and like mix it up with the different guests and shit. And you know, it's 9/11 today, so you know the day the towers fell.
Dude.
The day the towers fell. Here with Kyle and
Hitler's
Bill.
second birthday.
Hell yeah, dude. If Hitler's second birthday might have been Columbine because that was on 420.
Yeah, that was on.
And that was white. I mean, that's white kids. But
That
was freshman year.
Yeah, that was freshman, and
I
then
was like,
fucking.
man, high school's getting real, dude.
that was the Third Reich's high school musical.
There was the third act. Right? There's the trench coat version of Cats.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, you were telling me you were telling me a crazy story about where you were during 9/11 because you were like old enough to comprehend it.
Yeah, you guys
Right?
weren't, right?
I was born 93.
You remember?
I wasn't like an adult or anything, man.
I remember, but he was like fucking smoking weed during 9/11 and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
damn, dude.
Yeah,
like that's what I'm saying.
Just in the other tower smoking weed.
Yeah, when the second tower hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with my sister, and we were going to do something, and she was talking to her insurance company on the phone, and they told her what was going on. And she's like, I think we
Such a
need to
funny
get
way to
home.
find out.
Yeah, we were like at a restaurant, and then
Insurance company's like, hey,
yeah, you know what's going on.
yeah, get your vehicle away from it.
And yeah, we went home, and then a buddy of mine who also dropped out of high school called me. He was like, yo, you see what's going on? Like, do you want to smoke? I was like, yeah, sure. He lived right around the corner from me, and then we smoked, and as soon as we walked in, we sat down, we started watching it. We watched the second plane hit the tower. Like, we were like, holy fuck, dude. Like, what's going on,
God.
dude? We did the F-14s came flying over, like, moments later. Like, they were screeching
Where were you
across
living?
I was in Illinois at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, that's so crazy.
So they were fucking heading east, you know?
Oh, damn.
To do what? I don't know. You know, to shoot down another plane? I don't know.
Yeah, they're like, just in case, dude. They're like, get everybody into New York right now.
I can't remember, but there was one either threatening to go at the Pentagon or crashed around the Pentagon.
They allegedly
like
a plane hit the Pentagon, but I don't believe that a plane hit the Pentagon.
I just remember hearing shit when I haven't kept up with it, you know.
Oh yeah, I dug deep into that rabbit hole several times.
Oh yeah, you had a functioning brain. I was in second grade.
Yeah, I mean at the time we just believed what was told. You know, like we were like, we gotta go to war. We gotta fuck these dudes up. Like,
yeah. I think I was in like third grade or something too. So I was just like, I'm so scared,
you know
like
so
terrified.
Funny? Like,
I
knew it was fucked up, but at the time, I didn't have cable.
Yeah.
So literally, all that was on TV was 9/11.
TV was fucked up for like a week after.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying I didn't have TV because of this terrorist attack.
Yeah. You're like,
and that's all. As a kid, I'm like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah, you're like, this is terrorizing my Saturday cartoons.
Exactly. What the fuck? I can't watch shit.
I mean, if you didn't have cable, you couldn't watch shit anyway.
No, I mean, there's some stuff. There was some stuff. I still got some wrestling. Wrestling was on.
Yeah.
That's Prime Wrestling too, by the way. Wrestling was on. You got some cartoons. You got Recess.
That was when you had WCW and the WWF.
Yeah, but I didn't really get too much WCW.
No, that was cable.
I mean, just other.
We had illegal cable in my house since birth, so I was pretty privileged. That
was
my
black
white
boxes.
privilege. That was my white privilege growing up, was having illegal cable.
No, my parents spent money, just not on that. That was that was where they were cutting costs, I guess.
Yeah. I was a PBS
hilarious.
kid, dude. My parents were like, they were like only PBS, nothing else.
That's how
fucking
Zoom. That show Zoom made me autistic. Did you know that?
Yes. Zoom.
Remember Zoom?
No, what was Zoom?
Oh, it's like
Like
this.
the app?
I remember Zaboomafoo.
Zaboomafoo is fire. But it was on the same channel. It was just like a bunch of like, I would say like teenage or like preteen kids who would do like kind of fun science shit, or they would just go off and do. They're probably gay, but like it was just them doing shit. It was kind of educational in a way. It was on PBS. You know what I mean?
I don't remember that one. I remember fucking the math one, Cyber Chase.
Yeah, that was sick. Cyber Chase is fire, bro.
Yeah, you were onto some way doper shit because you were older and so you didn't
We
have
had
to.
like G.I. Joe, you know,
Okay,
Gumby.
Gumby.
Are you like the
Shit.
He-Man?
Yeah, He-Man, all that shit.
Okay, Planet or Captain Universe, Captain Planet.
Yeah, he was all about saving the planet.
That shit
not
that
littering.
looked pretty tight.
Yeah, Thundercats guy?
Thundercats.
Okay, those all did look really tight.
love
Teenage
He-Man.
Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Oh,
like the animated, you know, like that was when the movies dropped.
I
and
love
shit.
the 90s.
I have Heavy Metal, dude, which was made by the fucking the same creator as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Really?
The movie Heavy Metal.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You seen that? And it's got like fucking. That's what like South Park was inspired by to make that like scene where like Kenny is like sniffing cat piss and then like he's flying like a fucking winged titted bird or some shit. And,
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah,
like when they're doing Space Coke or whatever.
Yeah,
Is that the same movie? I think.
No, or wait, in Heavy Metal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
In the
yeah.
beginning, like.
Yeah. Heavy Metal's fucked up. Dude.
Yeah,
they
it's
do
a
some.
fucked up
It's
movie,
a super fucked up. Like one time, I almost. Like I got in a super big fight with my girlfriend. Like I lied to girlfriend at the time. I lied to her about like going to this festival and shit, and then like was like, oh, actually, like somehow like fucking was just like, actually, I lied to you, blah blah blah. Like, you know what I mean? Like fucking went on. Like,
well, why are you fighting over going to a festival? Like, because she can't go with you.
But because I went with like somebody that she knew, like, and so like I didn't.
A woman?
It was a chick. I didn't hook up with the chick. I didn't hook up with the chick.
No, you're giving me context.
But I was still like terrified that it was gonna happen. Like it was just she was gonna find out, and I was just like, let me just fucking like. But for some reason, I lied to begin with. So then I was like, fuck, and then like that was the nail in the coffin. So she was like, you know, fucking hella pissed, like, fuck you, dude, I fucking hate you. But she was like, I like convinced her to like hang out with me still and like chill in the van because I was living in a van outside of her house this time in my life. It's not a great point of my life.
That's cool though. If you
But-
keep
Hey, bro,
around and
that's
you
what
live
I'm
in a
saying.
van.
The fact that you got in a fight with her and still somehow trapped her in the car. Granted, lungs
For a
exist,
second,
but
it didn't go. It was not far, so I'm like chilling in the van, and the door's open too because it's like Texas summer, so it's so fucking hot, you know. But like I'm chilling, and then I'm like, oh, let's watch Heavy Metal, and I've like never actually watched it fully. I just like, and I was like, oh, this will just be
I
cool.
don't think
Like,
anybody has.
yeah. Well, now I have. I have
Oh,
watched
yeah,
it before, and it's fucked up. It's gnarly,
I
dude.
just remember the beginning of that movie.
It's so gnarly, and it's like she was kind of like a not liberal chick, but like more like woke kind of chick.
bro, you live in a van and she's talking to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Unless it's like
very
attached to a
liberal,
trailer, and she's fucking liberal. Like,
yeah, exactly. No, so then we start watching the movie, and I think she had seen it, and then she was kind of like, why the fuck do you want to show me this movie right now? Like, I'm in a like, you think this movie is gonna be the good move to like fucking
You're
make
bring
shit?
it back.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
I
Have a
think
moment.
You're just using the distraction technique. You're just like, this is so off what we were talking about. Maybe she'll forget about what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. No, I know. It would have been a bad distraction, though. It would have gone into really dark. Like, it would have been another lecture, dude. Because I'm pretty sure we got in a fight one time over, like, Impractical Jokers.
Really?
Like, something happened in Impractical Jokers, and she was like, oh, you, like, fucking, you fucking sign off on that or some shit. And I'm like, well, no. I'm like, it's just fun. I'm, like, trying to explain, like, the joke. I'm like, no, they're not actually.
Was, like, mean?
She thought it was, like, some sex. Because it was, like, something on, like, some chicks or some shit. Like, some prank that they were doing at, like, a beach or something. Yeah. And she just, like, didn't know the show. And she's just like, oh, this is fucking, like, some sexist shit or some shit. And I'm like, no, it's really not. Like, they're just, I'm, like, trying to explain it. And she's like, nah, fucking.
This girl
yeah. No, which is unfortunate that I have her tattooed not once but twice on my arms.
Fuck, dude. Can you change them?
No, well, I like the tattoos. And the funny thing is that, like, I got them 9 months after we broke up.
Yeah, because the baby was born?
No.
You just set yourself up for
the
that
most
shit,
fucked up thing is we went through an abortion.
You were married?
No, but we had an abortion. So the baby wasn't born.
In Texas?
You were married?
No, we had to go from Texas to Wichita, Kansas to have the abortion there.
They're
because
cool with it.
Yeah, they'll let you have an abortion.
Oh,
you gotta go over a couple of states. That was my second abortion.
Yeah.
The first abortion I had in Texas.
How many abortions have you had?
2.
2?
Yeah.
2 tattoos, 2 abortions. You see the fucking through line here?
Yeah, all my ghost baby mamas live in Texas. It's like, ghost baby mamas.
Who's talking that? George Thorogood? Or no?
All my exes live in Texas.
Yeah.
I think it's something like that. I don't know. We can look it up. I have
I love this. You just see me itch my crotch on the fucking camera.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, you have the Jamie up? What the hell?
So what happened to
what? Oh yeah. Jamie from Joe Rogan.
So
George Strait. Okay.
George Strait. Yeah. So she was pretty liberal. So it was cool. Like it didn't take. What is it?
It took.
Both those. No. Well, okay. Well, my first. Both those chicks had kids of their own.
Already.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the first one, she had only one kid, and then she wanted to have the kid with me, and I was like down to. I was like, I didn't want to have the kid, but I was like, yo, like if you have the kid, I'll be there to fucking support you and support the kid and co-parent. But I was like, I don't want to be together with you because I was like, we're fucking toxic. We get fucking crazy against.
Was this?
Girl.
This was the chick before that. This was the chick before that. But this was the chick. She also gave me a lifelong tattoo because she stabbed me here. She stabbed me here. And so, but I feel like it was kind of my fault for the stabbing because I didn't cheat on her. I did later, but this wasn't the cheating on her. This was fucking. We got in a fight because I was telling her she had to vote because I was like, "Yo, you need to vote, girl." Like, what the fuck? You're not gonna vote? Like, because yeah. But then the funniest part is that we got in this huge fight and she ended up stabbing me and then cutting the fuck out of herself by accident. And it was just so bad. It was so bad.
She didn't try to blame it on you.
No, she didn't try to blame it. No, well, because our roommate, this other chick came in and tried to take the knife from her, and then she when she was trying to take the knife, my ex fucking cut the shit out of her hand. Yeah. And then she was refused to go to the hospital and was just I'm just gonna heal it by myself, and she did. But it was just some psycho shit. But it was after the whole thing, after the fight, then I forgot to vote. I didn't actually end up voting. So then I was
you got into fights about Impractical Jokers.
Yeah. This is 2 different relationships, but yeah. A lot of
The last girl sounded like a witch. To be honest.
Yeah, both of the chicks have definitely practiced witch.
She healed herself without.
Did you meet them at festivals?
One of them I met at a festival that I was performing at and throwing and helping to organize. It was a tiny backyard kind of 100-person family festival thing. Maybe not even 100, like 70, 60 people or something probably out there. So it was like tiny, like little thing. Like
that's just called the gathering.
Yeah, it was much more of a. That's what I'm saying. It was much more of a gathering. It was a gathering with some bands and some vendors and shit, and like there's no permits that they got, and then. The other chick I met at a drum circle. So yeah. So
I've been there.
that's my fucking demographic though. It's fucking gatherings and drum circles.
I met a chick at a sound healing.
That's a immediate red flag.
It didn't work out well.
No, just kidding.
But I was getting off alcohol at the time and trying new shit. And I was like, man, there's a lot of good looking girls.
Yeah.
I was like, those drums are hitting right tonight.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Well, it's funny because I used to be in that world a lot of like I would go to like these conscious festivals and shit that were like all about like health, like promoting health and like eating vegan drugs? And like I was doing hella drugs. Everybody's doing drugs there. Everybody does drugs there. But then they're but then they're like vegan and they're like doing yoga at like fucking sunrise and they're like doing like ecstatic dance, which like ecstatic dance, I don't know if you guys have ever been doing ecstatic dance. It's the dumbest shit ever. It's literally just people like just freeform dancing and people from ages like 20 something to like 80. You know what I mean? Yeah, and they'll be just.
It probably makes sense when you're on drugs. You think you're like stroke.
A lot of these people won't even be on drugs though. They'll just be like high, like sober people that are just like getting high off body connection.
Like
and they're just like moving, and it's like some DJ who's just playing like shitty fucking like like whatever. No, they're playing like fucking like shanty like fucking bass music or whatever, but it's just not even good. It's like stuff that was like popular in like 2010, but they're like bumping it in like 2022, just like fuck it. It's like what the fuck?
Those dance moves can get you in the Olympics.
No, dude, she got fucking breakdancing canceled from the Olympics.
That lady did?
Yes, they took breakdancing. Why? Because
more people paid attention to the Olympics? Why would they do that?
I mean, probably because it's like they're like, oh, this is a joke. Like it wasn't taken seriously enough.
Yes, you should at least there should be like a first wave of like, oh, maybe we should watch their tapes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like as a comic, we have to sit in our shit. It's like they could just go in and just be like, I'm Australian. They're like,
this is the Australian breakdancer.
Yeah,
like nobody watched.
Yeah, that is crazy. Nobody reviewed the tapes. They're just like, oh, come on, girl.
Especially
like,
for the Olympics.
She was the only breakdancer in Australia. Like,
probably.
They had one in New Zealand, one in Australia. They fucking had a competition. Australia won. They're like, send her.
Yeah. That was big when I was like in junior high.
Breakdancing.
Yeah, I had a bunch of homies that did breakdancing. I only had one move. I was massive at the time though, so I couldn't really do it. But I had friends that could do some really cool shit.
That's sick, like kicking it old school, like Jamie Kennedy.
Around the world, like they do flares and stuff. They bring helmets.
You got served.
Damn.
Spin on helmets, like do head spins and shit.
That would be sick, like a whole crowd of people around, and then people just like
garages,
spinning, just like like
yeah, I know, dude.
Freaking out and shit.
You think that shit could give you CTE?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
because they're flipping.
Yeah, they're just fucking. Yeah, and then the crowd's going, and they're not even thinking about fucking their body
they
anymore.
Turn off the lights and like put glow sticks in their mouth and shit. They're fucking lit cigarettes, like.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's pretty tight. That's pretty.
That was like 80s music was still kind of cool.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like the breakdancing music.
Hell yeah. No, that was probably fun. The club scene and shit.
Did you have any homies breakdance when the second tower got hit?
There's like, hey, spinning on the head, yo.
Like, forget that shit. Working on the
just good vibes.
Yeah. I call this the Tower 7.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the real.
That'd be fire.
Once I seen the video of the Tower 7, that's when I was like, oh, these motherfuckers did it, bro. I was just like, it's over, dude. I was like, I don't believe shit they told me about it.
Yeah.
They don't even acknowledge it. They're just like, oh, yeah, there was a fire in the basement, and then it just fell. I'm like, no, buildings don't do that.
Yeah,
I think your age group was actually more of that, like, conspiracy theory, where now I think it's, like, way more prevalent. I think it's, like, more mainstream to be that. Like, you guys actually...
Yeah.
You gotta, like, not necessarily seek it out, but, like, you're, like...
Well, like, that's when, like, YouTube was getting big.
Yeah,
you know what
had,
I'm
like,
saying?
the pre-shit, like,
They
the
came out
live
with-
league.
And you could sit there and watch different videos and different, people's aspects on it, and then...
There
Like,
wasn't
you
really
try
a
to bring it
filter.
up to the boomers, and
Yeah.
they're like, no way would the government kill all those people.
Yeah.
like my dad, I'm just like, yeah, they did.
Yeah, and then you had like Fahrenheit 9/11, the documentary coming out and shit. What was that? Michael Moore
Yeah,
or
Michael
something?
Moore.
Yeah.
He did Bowling for Columbine too.
Yeah, and that shit definitely, like,
He was in the band Bowling for Soup.
Hell
Michael Moore.
yeah, yeah.
Ate a lot of soup.
Yeah, fucking.
But some people are off the deep end now. Like people my age, like with the conspiracies. Like when anything happens, they have.
There's no fact checking now.
What's your guys' favorite? What's your guys' favorite? Like either conspiracy or just like legendary, like lore, like something like of lore.
It's for me. It's a little older. It's just I don't know how it started because I wasn't around kind of when it started. But the Richard Gere hamster up the butt.
Oh yeah, that thing's
because
pretty
you're
cool.
like, how the fuck did it get durable? It's like, how did they even come up with that? And then, if so, why is this sticking so much?
Yeah,
that
for sure.
got passed around a lot.
Yeah, no.
Mine was with the regular Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like blowing in the cartridges. Like you just found that shit out from some other kid.
Yeah,
and like
word of mouth.
how did that get it? Like who knew to do that?
Yeah, somebody just figured it out. Fucking was like,
and it's like every kid knew to do that. You know, like it got spread around. Like
just some slut started it.
Some chick,
just some girl stepped up.
She's the first chick who played video games ever. She's like, let me try.
Like, oh my god!
I know it's glitched. You can't try. She's like, here, let me see it.
The guys are dumb. We wouldn't think of that shit.
What the fuck, bro? Like, yo.
Yeah, you would put it in, and then the fucking screen would go gray and black, and it wouldn't play, and then you could just take it out and fucking and put it right, and then it would work. I was like, how
That's
the fuck?
hella funny, bro.
Yeah, dude.
The first chick.
I was like, where'd you learn that? I was like, oh, I learned from some other kids. I learned from, like, shit traveled, like.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Word of mouth was, that's
only
crazy.
children were screwed. They didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't have any friends.
Yeah, just like in the church, only children were screwed. Just like under the arches. No, but hell yeah, dude. Mine is more of a lore, and I've brought it up on this podcast. But do you guys know DB Cooper?
Yeah, I mean, mainly
from
DB
Cooper.
Is it the same person from
Remind
that
me.
movie Without a Paddle that they talk about?
They talk about him Without a Paddle. That was where I first heard it as a kid.
Okay.
But then I've like watched.
That's cool.
He was a dude who fucking like. I'll bring him up. But DB Cooper, like, he basically like got on a plane from Portland to Seattle, and then he fucking. He flies on this plane and goes to Seattle, then says that to the stewardess, "Hey, I have a bomb. I've got a bomb strapped to me, and I'm gonna blow up this plane if you don't have them bring me, $200,000, which was like the equivalent of like $1 million or $500,000 today or whatever. It was more money back
what
then.
Year?
This was fucking 71.
Oh damn.
And so fucking
That picture did him dirty on the eyes.
Yeah, for real.
Got,
It's crazy.
Ears.
No, but anyway, so then he fucking he has most of the passengers like disboard the plane, and then he has the crew on there, and he has the bombs. And he says he has the bomb still, and he has them bring him the money and then 2 parachutes, and then he has them fly back towards Oregon, and they're flying.
Give him all this shit?
Well, yeah, because they think that, I mean, it's a 71. They think that he's got a bomb on him.
Yeah.
And they don't want him to blow up the bomb and kill everybody.
Yeah.
So it's like a hostage situation. So they bring all of the demands, and then he fucking starts flying back, and it's like a cold night. It's pouring rain, thunder, and shit. And it's, nighttime, dark. He's flying over. It gets him to fly super low over the trees, and then he just parachutes out of the fucking plane. And then they never found him again.
No,
he disappeared completely. They never
71.
ever.
You know how easy that was.
yeah. But he was the only dude who, like, actually. I mean, maybe there's other people.
You're just in the wilderness. You still have to survive that. You're just like, I need parachutes and money, and then he's out there. And it's like, oh, I can't.
He probably had it set up. I mean, he probably.
You'd like to think.
Yeah, he probably had somebody who.
That would
got
be so
it.
funny if he's
But-
like he nailed everything, and then there he's like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, I should have bought like turkey or some shit.
Yeah, he's
Just
like,
fuck.
damn
Maybe
it,
that's
dude.
what the bomb was. It was just fucking Lunchables taped up.
Yeah, dude, he had a bunch of fucking just hoagies.
He was probably then like the OG, like, because I've never heard him giving in to anybody's demands. Like, they wouldn't have let that plane take back off. Nowadays, they just didn't know what to do. They're like, all right, here you go.
But it's crazy. Even a couple years ago, I think 4 years ago or something, a dude fucking stole a Boeing plane, because I lived in Seattle. I'm from Seattle, and that's where the Boeing factory is, or that's where like the Boeing they make
you
a lot
work
of planes
there?
there. No, I just lived. I just lived kind of close.
Would explain things.
Yeah. No, they would never let me. But no, fuck. Actually, my guitar player did work there though. My guitar player worked at Boeing for one of my guitar players in one of my bands that I was in Seattle at one time. But there was a pilot who stole a fucking plane just a couple years ago, or not even a pilot. He was a worker. He worked on the fucking. He was like a.
Talking about the guy who killed himself?
And he killed himself.
Yeah,
He ended up
yeah.
killed himself, but he didn't hurt anybody. They helped because he was like, I don't want to hurt anybody. I've just been like doing flight simulators, and like he's just like, I fucking always wanted. He just wanted to fly.
My last hurrah, I want to just take the plane out.
Here, speak more to the mic.
His last hurrah was just like, I'm gonna take this plane. I'm not gonna hurt anyone. I just want to do some flips and shit, and then just. I'm out, and he said like sorry to everyone. He was like polite the whole time.
Yeah.
Very,
There's like you
How did I never hear about this shit?
I mean,
it's on the internet.
It was only like I heard about it because it was like in Seattle, so it was like local. But I was just like, but it was crazy. And then there's also, dude.
So what? He crashed in the ocean, or what?
I don't know. I think they had him like fly into a field or some shit like that and just crash. Like,
well, they're trying to have him land it, but I think he was just like,
He's like,
do I go to jail for life?
He didn't know how to land it either, and he didn't know how to land. He knew how to fly.
It's a lot of buttons in there.
No, but he's like, dude, am I gonna go to jail for my whole life, or just?
Yeah, of course. I mean, not your whole life, but I mean, you'd probably do some serious.
And then there's this dude, who this dude is also a Seattle person. This is the Barefoot Bandit, they call him, and he fucking stole just like a small foot plane. Like a small, like just, or a seaplane, like a little seaplane. He stole one of those and just started flying it around and started hiding in the islands around Seattle, like around, because there's a chain of islands around Washington. Like I grew up on one of those islands,
really,
and shit's just like off of Seattle and shit. And he started flying this plane like around Bainbridge Island and fucking all these different islands and just hiding. Like this little plane and stuff, and was just like, just mobbing around. They called him the fucking Barefoot Bandit.
So you have Barefoot Bandit, Bigfoot.
Yeah, Bigfoot, DB Cooper.
You see that thing on Netflix that How to Rob a Bank?
I think I watched that. I like those.
The guy was from Seattle. He lived in a tree
house.
Yeah.
I watched that, dude. That shit was sick,
he was
bro.
Really good about it, man.
That was sick.
It's just liberals that want to bust the system.
Well, yeah.
Everything goes back to
these dudes listen to fucking way too much Pearl Jam and shit.
He would go and watch Point Break inspired him.
Point Break was sick.
Yeah. No, that is shit. Flea's in that shit from the Red Hot Chili Pepper. Yeah, Flea's cameo. Flea did a bunch of cameos in the 90s. He's in Big Lebowski and stuff.
He is.
Him and Anthony Kiedis are in
Point Break.
No, they're in a.
But River Phoenix is right.
In Point Break?
Or what am I thinking
I
of?
think you
I'm
might
thinking of no, My Private Idaho.
Oh.
That's what I'm thinking of.
I know Patrick Swayze's in Point Break. Keanu
But keep
Reeves.
going. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to. Who's the cocaine actor?
Gary Busey.
No, not Gary Busey.
Oh, yeah,
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie
Yeah,
Sheen.
Charlie
Oh, yeah,
Sheen.
Charlie
It was
Sheen.
a Charlie Sheen where I can't remember the name of the movie, but he like hijacks
you're
this chick's car in a BMW, and he gets in a high speed chase, and Anthony Kiedis and Flea are in a Bronco, and they're like trying to be vigilantes, and they're like, "We're gonna take this motherfucker out." And
That's
they're
fun.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the movie. though.
Kiedis is
The Chase.
The Chase, yeah,
Okay, yeah, The Chase.
94.
Nice.
Wow,
That's
look
tight.
at that cover.
Yeah, he
Hell
had a
yeah,
red
dude.
Beamer.
Hell yeah, that's cool. I love like some good
He ended up
cameos.
hooking up with this chick in the car while they're like running down to Mexico from LA. Like, it's a wild movie,
sick.
dude. There's
Yeah.
a love story in this car chase. Like,
That's sick. Hell yeah. What were you gonna say, Kyle?
Oh, Kiedis. He likes his women younger.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he's a-
but I think that his chick right now is actually 30, but everybody says she's 20 because she looks 20.
Oh,
But because I saw that as a comment, which I mean either way, bro. He even in his book he talks about fucking a like 15-year-old. Like
Really?
yeah, that's
Damn.
published in his book, and he talks about like fucking a 15-year-old in the South and shit. Like he was like she was
just
only
don't get that
15,
shit,
and then her
bro.
dad was like, oh, or like her dad was like the sheriff or some shit. She was like, I gotta go back
Yeah.
home. Or the whole county of fucking the whole
that guy can
state
have-
of Mississippi is gonna be looking for me. You know,
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
why did you put that in your book, dog? That's crazy.
well, it's
You
actually
probably think there's like a statute, no limitation or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
what?
yeah.
No, she's 25 now. Like, what?
Yeah, he's like, I can't get statutory. I mean, there's a
What the
statute
fuck?
for
that's
that.
probably
Like,
legal
yeah.
in Mississippi.
Yeah, what's for
That's
yeah.
probably why they're looking
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the bounty. They're like, man, there's our most
Yeah.
expensive virgin. You fucking
yeah,
took
yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh my God.
He's there, DB
She was-
Cooper, dude.
yeah, and she was the town's fucking blue ribbon winning
Yes,
fucking
yes.
prize winning pig, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That was from the county fair, bro. He stole her.
Yeah, dude. He stole the county pig.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. No, but yeah, no, he does definitely like.
The rock stars, man. I
his
mean, they
women-
can have whoever
yeah,
they want.
Yeah,
They
I
do
mean,
that
Mick
shit.
Jagger is like 70 or 80, 90, whatever he is. He's a vampire,
Yeah.
and he just had a child. Like,
Yeah.
he
Same with
just
El
had-
Pacino.
Yeah.
I mean, they can afford it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Leo, fucking.
Yeah, he likes them young.
Leo's the king of fucking some 19-year-old models, bro. Leo's got like a 19-year-old.
Well, Jerry.
Fucking
There's a
yeah.
17-year-old
But
that's
Jerry's been hanging with that one chick for a long. Like I think
No, I
they've
know.
been
But
married.
he had his
But it is
moment.
true. It
He
is
flew
true.
too
She
close
was
to the
very
sun, you know what
she
I mean?
was very young
Yeah.
when they started dating. Yeah, she was a little.
Banana
But
wasn't
oh,
right.
but I think the age of consent in New York City is 17,
Interesting.
or it was at least at that time. I don't know if it still is.
Because of Puerto Ricans?
But yeah, they changed
Yeah,
it
they're
after
like,
enough. Yeah, after the Ellis Island, fucking, they were like, all right, we need to change
Yeah, dude.
these. Yeah, it used to be 13, they moved it to 17.
That's
So,
why I was like, what fucked up shit was going on before those rules?
oh yeah, dude, I love mob movies because I love like early New York, dude, or not even mob movies, but also like documentaries.
York.
And the documentaries too. I like the documentaries where they're like interviewing like either these mob dudes who have turned over and they're just telling fucking stories.
Snitches.
Yeah.
Just the crazy shit, or it's the cops who fucking were working the
Yeah.
cases and talking about
that
like
Precinct
here,
91?
talk more into it.
But you see that precinct? I think it was precinct 91. It was
Uh,
about like a whole like a whole division of police. Like every single one of them went to jail for corruption.
oh shit, dude,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, it was a
crazy.
documentary.
I almost think it's harder to get. Like, how do you get caught doing that and get in trouble? So many people are doing it and they're just getting away with it. And
What,
then
like
someone's
crooked
like, "Oh, we
cops?
gotta actually yeah."
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah,
For
there's
you to take
there's
the
guys that
downfall
are
for it,
good.
actually, it's like, how did you get caught?
Yeah, well, they probably were setting up somebody like the
Well,
Well, they just
dumber
probably
ones.
picked on the lower guy.
Yeah,
but
they're
it's
like, we gotta put somebody's gotta take the fall.
Yeah.
Fuck,
That's
they're
probably
like
true.
Johnson over here.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I'm sure you guys seen American Gangster, right?
I've seen it, but it's Denzel.
Yeah, Denzel.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's been
And then
so long.
the one
ago,
cop,
like,
he They
15,
found $1
20 years ago.
million in cash, and his partner's like, "We can't turn this in, dude. Like, we're gonna be labeled as rats."
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and he
I
turned
kind of
it
do
in.
vaguely remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Where they're like,
but money like that is a little different. Well, it depends on who it belongs to per se. But money like that's a little different than being like corrupt and like throwing innocent people under the bus. Like to me, that's like such a low level corrupt cop compared to like what I think corrupt is.
But that is crazy to like be able to be like, you say you got into the force with a moral like whatever. Yeah, I want to do good. I want to fucking, and then you're like literally can't
Everybody's
stand by that
fucked
because
up.
you'll get killed, you'll get murdered, or you'll get
they just
set
got
up as
this
a patsy
blue line
or
of
whatever.
Secrets, like
Yeah.
they don't rat on each other.
That's crazy.
They don't ever get DUIs. They don't ever get arrested for domestic violence. Like they're not human beings.
That's brutal.
Like they get away with whatever they want.
That's terrifying. Like it is way better that like things are more out in the open with like law enforcement these days and stuff where like they can still get away.
You can film them.
That's what I'm saying. And and they have body cams and just there's more.
Oh yeah, they can't get away with half the shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's just not as it's not the Wild West of where they're just like, all right, cool, dude. Like you pissed me off now. Like I'm gonna ruin your life like as a hobby because I'm bored. Like
completely fucked
it's
up.
so terrifying. Yeah, that's so scary, bro.
Like you like live in fear. Like you be checking the rearview mirror more than watching the road.
I'll crash. I can handle that.
Yeah.
Cop, no.
That was like the best feeling getting out of there was not having to deal with that anymore.
You ever met a cop at a drum circle?
No.
Can that happen?
I mean,
we probably wouldn't say.
He'd probably be
a cop.
undercover. Yeah. They're like, hey, what's up, man? You want some fucking mushrooms, dude?
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. All right. Fucking.
His drum's a black guy.
Yeah. It's a fucking it's an Ashkenazi fucking lampshade drum.
That drum probably still sounded better. Blacks are still better.
Yeah. The black
drum had
skin,
more
this bass drum you got.
the black skin drum is gonna be better than the Jew skin drum.
Like,
it just sounds better than the Jew skin drums all nasally and shit. It's like I don't know. There's just always this weird squeaky tone out of it.
Like a synth.
Yeah. It things like a child's toy. It's like a dreidel.
I used to gamble on the dreidel.
I'm surprised
I'm
surprised the Jews would take that heat, bro. They'd take that action, dog.
I'd just go at anybody on the bus. I was like, all right, which one do you think is going to land on? Let's bet a quarter. And then I'd spin it.
It's a little funny.
Yeah,
dude.
I was like,
it's like craps for the Jewish community.
For anybody,
Jewish,
I wasn't even Jewish. I don't even know how I got this dreidel. Dude.
You beat up some Jewish kid. No, give me your fucking weird hat and your spinny thing, dog.
That is entrepreneurial. Though. You're just like, I stole something and I'm gonna make a profit.
Yeah. Like,
without selling the thing.
Yeah, we can make a game out of this. Son.
I
saw them playing. They were playing for these little fucking chocolate chocolate money.
Yeah.
But we're gonna play for real money.
Yeah. I was taking kids' lunch money on the bus. Man.
Were you a bully?
No.
Okay. I was just curious because you had this. You said you had this size, right?
Yeah. I was big, but like I got picked on all the time. Like I got made fun of. Like I got into fights and shit here and there, but like I never went after anybody. I mean, not that I can remember.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Illinois is a little different too. Like people would actually fucking hit you.
Oh yeah. You get into fights, man. Like
yeah.
I don't regret, being brought up there. Like when I first moved to California, I was working at this warehouse, and there was this 17-year-old kid, and he had a twin brother, and he told me that they've never been into a fight. And I was like, what? Like that threw me off. So, like, me and my brother have been in thousands of fights.
That's brutal. Brutal. I definitely have been in like 3 or 4 fights of actual fights.
Actual fighting?
Yeah. Like 3 or 4
like
probably.
barely,
and they're not really.
I'm not a big. I just typically just don't let it go there. And then because I'm a little bit more like I'm not physical. If anything, I would fuck with them
No, it was
Like
any
verbally
little
or
thing,
something.
dude. It would be like boom, boom, and then we'd be at it,
Yeah.
and then my mom would be spraying us with the hose, dude, like trying to break us up.
Yeah.
And then as we got older, it got worse. Like when we lived together, we got into a fight, and the cops got called, and they said they had to bring us in because it was domestic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess. Yeah. I was because I was kind of a bully with my little brother. My brother's like 2 years younger than me, and so like I would fuck with him once. Like we were homies up to a certain point, and then I got like homies. I got like friends in fucking middle school and shit. Started smoking weed and kind of became a dick and was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking be a dick to show off to my other, to my homies and shit.
Yeah.
And then he resented me for a long time for that, but then he got like fucking like yoked.
Yeah.
And like I've always been just kind of like, low. I'm much more pudgy than I was back then. I was more athletic, but I was never like fucking, big. I was just always like a little wiry or whatever, skinnier than I am now and shit. But so he like, then I remember one time we did like get into it. Cause like I think he was like living back at my parents for a time, and I was like maybe there or some shit, and I like drank his beer, and then fucking like he was like, "Yo, you fucking drank my beer," and I was like, "Oh, I'll get you a new one." And he was like, "Nah," like fucking like I think started like choking me out or some shit, but then like and then my mom, yeah, cause he's like,
I would do some shit like that, or that's like little scraps, but it was never really like. Fight. Like,
yeah.
No. My brother.
No weapons.
No weapons. My brother has accidentally hit me with a bat before, though. A few times. Because he has a horrible swing.
Accidentally.
Yeah, no, we would be playing like in the backyard, and then he would scoot back towards it. I was like catching, and then he would do this shit. I mean, like the backswing knocked me in the fucking head one time.
God.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
That's
my brother got hit in the head by my sister during a piñata.
I think my brother hit me with like a flashlight once too.
Yeah.
This is one of those like metal ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the mag lights, dude. I still got one, dude. It don't even work.
I think I've been hit in the head with one of those.
I remember that one I did. I was just poking at him. So I was instigating. I will admit that. But.
That shit can be brutal, dude.
Yeah, kids are soft today, man. I don't know. They need to beat each other up more. Let it out, dude.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
So I do. So it's like, I think everyone needs to chill, but there definitely needs to be an outlet.
Like I got friends I've gotten into fights with, and we're still friends to this day.
Sometimes you get closer because of like something like that too.
It's just. I don't know. It's a bonding. It's a bonding.
I feel it. I do get too comfortable sometimes too, because I definitely have like a short temper, and like I get like an attitude, and then I forget like how small and like how much of a pussy I am, So I'll like start talking some shit, and then I'll be like, oh wait, like as soon as it gets real, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, like like completely changed. I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
That's why I told that 17-year-old kid. I was like, dude, you need to get hit in the face. I was like, you really need to, because you're not. It's gonna happen one day in your life, and you're not gonna know how to react.
Yeah, my cousin beat some sense into me. That's like the one person who's really like beat the shit out of me, like because I was like, we were living together, and this was like 15 years ago or something. I was probably like, or maybe like 14 years ago, where I was probably like 16 or something like that. So I was 16, 17. It was like when I first moved out of the house, like, and was fucking just living like with my cousin and shit. Like we had an apartment, but like he didn't. He had a bunch of herb, he had a bunch he had a bunch of herb, let me not allegedly. Allegedly. No, he had a bunch of herb, and then he had a bunch of herb at the house, and I was super poor, so I would like sneak into his room and like fucking pinch off a fucking nug, take a bowl, take a nug, and he noticed at a certain point and like called me out on it, and like but he called me out over text, like because I wasn't there. I was like over back at my parents' house or some shit, like doing laundry. And then he like called me out, and I like was hella disrespectful about like the way that I like, instead of being like, I'm so sorry, blah blah blah, I was like, oh, blah, like said some shit, I don't know, was disrespectful. And so then when I came back to the house, he was like waiting behind the door, and I like walk in, he just boom, and then just like beating the shit out of me.
Damn.
And then fucking
Like
eventually
sucker punched you? Like you didn't see it coming?
I didn't see the first one coming, but then they kept coming, and then fucking because he was pissed, and then fucking eventually like the fucking cops got called because like I was fucking. I think because I grabbed a fucking knife, like a kitchen knife or some shit.
Yeah.
Because I go fucking wild, so I'm like, I'm
There's
not
a lot of knives in your past.
yeah, dude, I know it's bad. Fucking, it's not good. I know. I try to avoid.
You've been stabbed?
Yeah, been stabbed. I haven't ever stabbed anybody, but I've definitely fucking bluffed about stabbing.
Yeah.
But like, so I think I grabbed a knife, and then the fucking neighbors heard some shit about a knife, so they like called the cops. Then the cops came, and then they were like, yo, like, all right, they like separated us, and we're like, what happened? And I was like way more of the like had worse for the wear, like I was like fucked up, and like he was fine.
Yeah.
And so then like I was like,
His
well,
hands were just fucked up.
yeah, and my face was all bleeding and shit. Like he's, and so like fucking. So then they were like, all right, we gotta take one of you. So they fucking took him overnight and shit, and like, or like, and that kind of sucked. That put a damper on our relationship for a few years for sure.
Yeah,
it was a little weird at Christmas, like, fucking, two families, like, oh yeah, you sent fucking
the cops were
to
coming.
jail, like.
The cops were coming for me and my brother fighting. He got me good across the nose, and it busted it open.
Ooh.
And I like ran down to my room, and I took my shirt off, and I was going back upstairs, and then I was like, I'm not going to be another guy on cops with no shirt on. I had to go back down, put on another shirt, and then they were like asking what was going on. I was like, it's brother shit, man. like they're like, we got to bring you in. I was like, all right, we're not going to press charges on each other. Like, it's not going to happen. You don't know how many times this has happened.
Yeah.
And they had to call, like, the state's attorney, and the state's attorney was like, yeah, it's okay. Just let him go. He got a ride home, and he offered me a ride, and I was like, no, screw that. I'll just walk, dude. I'm good.
Dude, that's just crazy, bro. And the fucked up thing is that, like, you never know what can happen, because, like, I knew a dude who was like a super sweet dude. Like I used to know him at this festival that I would work at and shit. Like a lot of my stories are from festivals. Guys. Like, let me tell you, like, fucking Festival of Knives. Yeah, that's the end. That's my final form. Yeah. It's coming. That's my final evolution in fucking Pokemon. Just be a knife festival salesman, traveling gypsy festival knife salesman. But no, I fucking knew this dude, and he was like a super nice dude, but he would get drunk and shit, and do the fucking rowdy, like, oh, fight some dude at a fucking
some people just can't
at a bar or whatever.
They just go to this like.
And he was a big dude. He was a big dude and a strong dude. And this was like some of Mice and Men, like Lenny shit, where like he got in a fight with like his best friend, drunk, and he killed him.
Wait, what?
Just by accident, just fucking boom, hit him the wrong way, and just fucking, just killed him. Something. I don't know if like how like maybe he fell back and hit something or whatever, but he killed him, and then dude went to jail and fucking like was just. Boom. I don't know how long of a sentence he served, but maybe he's out now, hopefully. But, fucking...
Hopefully?
Well, I mean, I don't... yeah, hopefully.
Well, it could just be a dumb night.
Well, no, because he's a good dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he deserves to sit in jail for the rest of his life.
No.
Like,
well, what about the family of the dead dude? I'm sure they...
I mean, no, they probably do, maybe. I don't know. But it's like one of those things where, like, I don't think that dude deserves to be in jail. I think he deserves to never drink again, and if he drinks, then maybe he should fucking go to jail or whatever, because, like, he's lost that privilege. Like, you can't,
he has to serve at least some time.
Yeah, I know. He definitely served what he's definitely serving, but I'm saying, like, if he serves, like, 10, 15 years, and then he fucking, or whatever, and then or less, with good behavior, but, like, and then comes out, like, I don't think that dude should like do prison for the rest of his life, but it sucks that fucking like
it's just a shitty situation.
No,
he made one bad mistake, dude.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, dude. It sucks. That's what I mean.
I've
like
been there,
that's like
not like kill anybody.
But you fought somebody where then you're like, oh, if I hit him too hard or in the wrong place or kept going or wasn't able to fucking be in control of my anger enough to just do enough to where it's like done, but
Hopefully you realized alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol.
Some people don't. They don't
Yeah.
realize I made that decision because I was drunk and I was dumb.
Yeah. Or sometimes the pain of it, they're just like, I'm going to keep drinking because I have this trauma of killing somebody. So they're like, it's hard for me to not.
Some kid, I think it was when I was in high school, some dude just got punched. It was just like some stupid altercation. Got punched.
Yeah.
And the guy fell back and hit his head a specific way, and then he just killed the guy. And so it was literally just...
It was the same thing.
Yeah, so it's just like,
same
it
thing.
was just literally one punch.
Yeah, no,
So you're just like, oh... The kid didn't die right away, though. Like, it was, like, internal, like, bleeding and shit. So hours later... The kid died. So the guy's just like chilling, thinking it was just some.
Oh, and then the cops just pull up on him.
That's really how he died.
From a head
Bob
injury?
Saget, yeah, he fell and hit his head, and then he just went to bed.
Oh wow!
Damn, dude, Jesus, that's.
Everybody thought it was the vaccine, including me.
That's the most fucked up America's most funniest video is just him falling.
Yeah.
Just the irony of that death.
Yeah. If only they had it on video.
He's just like,
play
ow,
the laugh
fuck.
track.
The later just cuts to his fucking casket, open casket. Yeah, no, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, that's wild, the raw power somebody has to just fucking kill somebody,
it's not even just the
bro.
raw power. It's just sometimes just the
You
chance.
hit them the right way.
Yeah.
Or with their brain or something, you know. They could have something going on and they don't even know it.
Yeah, no, totally.
I know guys that got hit in the head with bats and then they ended up having seizures the rest of their life.
Yeah, bro. That's great, dude. Yeah, that shit's fucked up. You just, it's just not worth fucking getting, you know what I mean?
Fights.
Like,
I don't know, man. People
have
been beating kids since the beginning of time, you know? Like, everybody turned out all right. Like, you know, not that I'm advocating beating children, but...
yeah.
There needs to be, like, a middle ground between, like, spanking...
And, like, safety zones.
Yeah. Because they're, like...
I should have got beat more, dude. My parents didn't beat me at all. You can tell. I
got spanked and shit. I didn't get, like, beat aggressively, but it was very for me it wasn't the physical stuff. It was just more like when I was young it was like the mental stuff about it, because it's very and then my mom would do it, so it's like I can't do shit. There's no fighting back.
I was.
And my dad was just passive, so it's just like all going through my mom. So I'm like, I was like, what the fuck?
She was like taking out like her shit on
and
you.
then she's frustrated because he's not doing shit. So then that's just my ass feeling it. You know what I mean? You're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I feel it. I was fucking a terror on my parents. I like terrorized them.
I was pretty chill.
Pretty
chill? You seem pretty chill. I mean, other than some fight stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, definitely, I grew up with 3 other siblings, and we fought constantly. There was always some drama going on, or like my brother would hit my sister, and then I'd go after him, and it was just like there was always shit going on. There was always somebody was beefing with somebody.
How are you guys now? How's the relationship?
I don't talk to him much.
I feel that, dude. My brother does not talk to me at all. Like, he does not fucking. He don't really fuck with me. Like, I mean, I think he will. Like, if I saw him at like a family gathering, but he doesn't like.
Yeah, there's no
hit
bad
me
blood
up or
That's how I feel with my family. There's no bad blood. We would talk to each other, but we're also like kind of just like private. People.
They got their own things going on. They got kids and families and shit.
Yeah.
I'm out here. They're out there. Like.
Yeah. No. Just.
Or are they almost still? Most of them still over there.
Yeah, in Illinois and Indiana.
Yeah.
I feel like still in Texas.
My family's from Washington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're in Washington. They're still
Like your brother.
Yeah. My brother, he lives in like Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah, he lives in Oregon. He moved there with his girlfriend, who I think they're getting married. They've been together almost 10 years or some shit. And then I just moved to Texas because I was playing in a band at the time, and then I kind of just burned out of being in Seattle. I'd been in Seattle for fucking so long, and just
feel it.
ups and downs of shit, and it'd be like that was the town I fucking had grown up in or whatever. So
when you come to San Diego,
I came here like almost like 2 years ago now, for the first time. Maybe it was a little over 2 years ago.
drum circles.
Yeah, drum circles. I heard that. I heard OB had a fucking banging drum circle, and did not disappoint. No, my actually, it's very, very close to what you guys are saying. What brought me out here? Okay, so my buddy sells crystals on the beach on the side of the road. On the side.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding. No, he sells crystals like fucking like quartz crystals and like whatever fucking like.
Crystals.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna start naming crystals. Lapis lazuli.
Don't girls use that for deodorant?
I was thinking that's how that one bitch healed her fucking cut. That's what I was thinking she did. Just like some blood oath.
Oh, yeah, a little moonstone.
Yeah.
fucking Herkimer diamond. No, so fucking, yeah.
Did you know anybody down here? Or you
I just knew the one homie.
Yeah.
And like, I actually first came down there like, I think like a little bit before, like a couple months, like 5-6 months before that. Because like I was like super broken up over a chick, or maybe it was a year before. I came there like a year before that even, because it was like the chick who like I fucking have tattooed or whatever. Like that relationship fucked me up for like a year and a half or whatever after we broke up. Like I was just like inconsolable fucking depression.
Is that what
doing
got you into comedy?
Drugs and shit. I did get into comedy through that.
Well, a lot of it was kind of like a heartbreak. There's other shit, but like it kind of
pushed you
me
into
as well,
comedy.
and then I know a few friends. It's the same shit.
Yeah, no, it is. I think it's
funny.
And that's a dope thing to be like, hey, like it gives you some solace in like the ending of that connection, because you're like, oh well, I did pick up this thing that I love that I fucking want to keep pursuing. So it is like, oh, whatever, And also, I don't think I could fucking do comedy, or at least to the degree that I do it in any way, if I was still in that relationship.
Oh, yeah,
because
that's like. I'm lucky that at least my girlfriend, I met her after I started.
That's good.
Because it's like I don't think
yeah, they don't want to.
I just think a lot of people have an idea that it's like way cooler than it is. And it's like you think because I'm out late and there's drinking and shit happening that like shit's going down. It's like nah, dude, mentally ill people. That's all I'm around.
Yeah, they think like chicks are like fucking like hitting on you and like damn,
it's like
look at you.
Good. I bet they're
like,
hitting up. Oh yeah, dude. All those girls coming up to me after that open mic set that I had.
Yeah, all those chicks are one drunk dude, and he's like, I love you, dude.
Exactly.
Bro, you're the next Kevin Hart, bro. I just want to tell you, bro, fucking keep going, dude. Keep going. I know you're at a bar.
Or like when they give you like advice or like how to change a joke.
Yeah. That one bit, like, I mean, I would do it this way. Like, I'm just a drunk barfly fucking here every Tuesday, but I would do it this way if I were you.
Someone's never good.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
No, never are you gonna get a tag off of
I
fucking
think
local
you could if it was like
yokel.
Someone good, but it's like,
someone
it's
that's
never
done it.
No, if it's a comic, yes. But he's talking about like a
sometimes people have good ideas, but like
maybe.
I haven't really gotten anything good.
I need.
To me, it's more the balls to be like, "This is what you should do."
Yeah, that's alcohol though. That's just liquid courage. They're just like, hey, let me tell you something, buddy. I can do that twice as good as you.
But I ain't gonna sign up.
Yeah. I don't even need to, man. I'm not gonna bless this room with my presence, dude.
When I first started, once or twice, I did that to comics that were kind of ahead of me. I was like, oh, because I thought it was more like a creative thing. I did not mean it in like a way that was like rude or like, hey, you should make this joke better. It was just more like, oh, dude, wouldn't that like here's like something I thought of. Like almost, I just thought it was like workshoppy, like fun. And then I was like, oh, so,
I still do that.
No. I don't even really care when people do it to me. But it was one of those things where it's like, oh, I didn't even realize some people were taking that probably as like disrespect.
Wait, what happened?
I don't think they're pissed off, but they just look at like passive about it.
No,
like,
but what did you
They're
do?
like, okay, man.
what did I do?
No, what was the thing?
I don't remember what the joke or anything was.
No, not the joke, but no. You were saying a situation of like how you would like do something for older comics, or what was it?
Oh no! So like when someone who like doesn't know comedy comes up and tries to like tell you what to do for a joke,
you would.
I was kind of doing that as like a new comic. To
Well, yeah,
but my intention was not.
Yeah. It's like you have a tag for somebody.
Yeah, but
it's
I
like
think,
you don't go up to like a big fucking comic who like has no idea who you are.
Yeah, but it was
and
there were still
like,
local people, but they still have. The
yeah, they
I'm
had.
better than you.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
No, I've had that too. Where there's some people like I'll give a tag to, and there's some people I'm like I'm not gonna like try and broach you with this
if it's
idea.
newer comics, I'll be like, hey, I would say this way.
Actually, well, I gotta watch out because I do kind of have a like issue where I want to just be honest with people.
Yeah.
And people just can't. And I don't mean it mean. I really don't. But like there's a time where I've told people because I was doing it.
Drop your whole act.
No, but like when I first started, I was clearly like my inspiration was showing. And I had one comic tell me, but he was very dickish about it. It was never like it was never like a healthy way of doing it. He was kind of trying to belittle me. But there's some other comics where I've kind of mentioned it. Like I can kind of see who you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, there's one guy who's like maybe 4 months in that I've said something to. I was like, I can kind of see you doing this slightly. Yeah.
Well, so many young comics do Shane Gillis.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
That's one of the ones
it's literally. I've said it to somebody too.
And they've said it about people back then. There was Attell babies. There was like Hedberg babies.
Of course.
Yeah. So it was one of those things where it's like, at least when I was doing it, I knew that I was drawing inspiration. I didn't realize how much I was doing it.
Yeah.
And I actually would have respected if someone said it to me.
Yeah.
In a like.
Yeah, in a brotherly or like
like
a peer,
respect,
a way of your peers.
Oh, I mean that's true too.
Yeah, not somebody who's just the bar dude. The bar dude is like, hey man, that's a real Hedberg, bro.
No, but the thing is, I was probably doing that. I'm scared of doing that to people because it's like I'm no one. But I would have literally appreciated it if someone said it, but just in a nice way.
Yeah, it depends on like what your like rapport with that person is or whatever.
I mean, it should be, but I'm socially.
Yeah. You're like I'll just fucking.
Yeah, no, because it's like he doesn't know. I would have loved to have known. I should tell that person. That's how my dumbass brain works. And then I really don't like offending or hurting people like that. And then I'm like, oh, I thought it was like a friendly. We're gonna get
yeah. It's like
for the most part, I haven't had them like be pissed at me.
Yeah, most people are chill. Yeah.
And then, granted, I wasn't doing that like 1 month in to comedy, so in theory, I am at this point like a middle head within the scene, to where it's like, oh, maybe.
Yeah,
even if they didn't respect me, maybe they'd be like, oh, he's been doing it for. Maybe he's seen.
Yeah.
Enough because there's even like jokes I see at ACC where it's like. It works, but it doesn't mean you should be doing it. If that makes any sense. It's hack. You're just not aware it's hack.
Yeah.
And the problem is people are laughing.
Yeah. So they're getting.
So it's like if I told you this is bad,
it's reinforcing
you think
their.
I'm just a hater.
Yeah.
When
they're
like, dude, you don't understand. I've seen 10 other people do this. You should probably stop.
Yeah, and then they see you working out a unique idea that isn't crushing because it's a new thing that you're still working, and they're like, "You're just jealous, bitch."
No, dude, I got. Bro.
They're like, "I'm killing, motherfucker." Like, you think I'm a hack? You're fucking talking about fucking space stations, dude. Like,
when I first started, I would definitely like. I would see people and I would write them off right away. I'd be like, "Oh, they suck," And then I find out they've been doing it years, and then like I see another set and the kills. I'm like, all right, I gotta stop fucking writing people off right away.
Well, that happened to me. Yeah. When I mean, granted, you're new or whatever when you're coming in. People were telling they didn't realize I had a set because I would do new shit constantly because that's how I fuck with stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's good.
That's how my brain works. But people don't see it that way. So I actually had to start purposely because their only time to see you is at an open mic.
Yeah.
I had to purposely start like almost showcasing
Yeah,
at
to be
certain
like, hey
moments. I had
guys,
to pick
I
my
do
spots,
do
but-
things over
but
again.
and there's times where I like would do a set, and someone would be like, "Oh my god, great set." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I would do on a show. You understand? It's a show set." It's like so it's almost like, well, I'm kind of a cunt, but like basically at that point, it's like I don't like your compliment.
Yeah.
It's because I've done this thing 5 times in front of you. This
I
is the time,
reject your compliment.
this is-
Take it back.
No, but, like,
You
this
got a
is the
receipt
time-
for that compliment, buddy?
No, but this is the
Better
time
have
you're
a gift
deciding.
receipt.
This is the time you're deciding to watch it, and now you're saying it's fun.
Yeah,
It's like you just weren't paying attention.
yeah.
And so now this is like, oh,
I'm probably guilty of that.
no,
Honestly,
But I mean, the thing is, I don't
For
listen
sure.
to shit either. But it was one of those things where it's like, oh, a lot of these people book. So I thought like their mindset would be, I should find someone who's funny.
Yeah,
They don't give a fuck. So I was like,
no, it's all based on friendship. And
yeah. No, it really is.
it's all based on climbing ladders.
It really is, and so basically I found out that I was like slightly I'm on the spectrum, but like not aggressively. Actually, I hate telling people that shit though, because it feels like I'm stealing valor, but like because I'm not like enough.
I feel you. I'm the same with being black. Because I'm only a quarter black,
I
so
want to relate to
I
this,
do.
but I
I
can't.
want to do like all these.
When you said that,
I want to do racist jokes, but then I'm like, oh, when
They're
there's
not gonna fly, dude.
well, I do them, but then when there's really black people in there, then I'm like am more cautious because I'm like I don't want to be called out for being not black enough.
When I started, I would do it, and the black people would laugh. It wasn't the black people; it was the white people. White people
That's
suck.
the best.
Well,
feeling.
the white people
Yeah.
can't challenge me because I'm blacker than them. So I have that card
Oh, yeah,
against
that's
the
fair,
whites.
that's
The
fair.
whites have to be like, oh well, he has dreads
No,
in
but my
the
thing is like,
tan.
you
Yeah,
can write
that's what I
But
thought.
the
dude.
blacks,
It's
but the
like-
black people, they
Yeah.
can be like, "Hey, dog, like,
Yeah.
yo, son, you were being too cool to the KKK in that last joke, you know." And so that's what I'm always scared of. But usually, black people are stoked on it. I just have to be.
As a white dude, they are because they know if I'm saying something crazy, they're like, "Oh, that's a crazy." Like they trust the
Crazy
vibe.
cracker, yo.
The vibe more. They rather you say something crazy and trust you than you see.
be
sketch.
timid. Yeah,
Because then they're like, "What
Yeah,
is
they're
this
like
person
pit
actually
bulls. I'm
hiding?"
not saying black people are pit bulls, but I'm just saying they're like them. They can smell your fear.
But,
They can sniff
when
out your fear.
When I was first into comedy, I didn't realize how much I should have treated it like the social climbing. I was unaware. And that was very, like I said, kind of artistic, to where it's like, in my head, I was just, I just wanted to find my voice or create more jokes, and then people didn't think I had a set, so I couldn't get booked.
Because they're just like, oh, he's avant-garde. He's just he's freestyle.
Or they think I'm gonna just like tank a show.
Yeah,
so then
you're
at a certain point,
yeah.
at a certain point, I had to like fine tune it to where they finally trust you enough.
Yeah.
And then I started fucking doing whatever I
Yeah,
want,
then you're like, okay, cool. They know I have a set
because it's
15 or whatever, and then I can.
For me, writing jokes or creating is the bigger part.
Yeah.
So I have to. It's not puzzle solving, but it's like tinkering. I have to.
Yeah, and that's what keeps you interested. Because if you're just running the same fucking shit
Oh man.
over and over,
you should develop your set. But there's like this thing where I would see people, and then I'm going to use ACC as the example, just because it is in my opinion, the best mic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's the best attended.
You're
That's what I mean by that.
You're not going to get a mic
That's what I
that
mean
there's
by
more
but
people,
I would
a
see
better
people
crowd.
do, like showcase set after showcase set after showcase set for months.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you have actual people here.
Yeah.
And you're going up this much, and you're wasting it.
Yeah.
When this crowd could be like actually giving you feedback.
Yeah.
You don't have crowds like this all the time. You're going up in front of 3 people at a bar who won't fucking listen to you.
Yeah. So you're.
It's like, to me, it's almost like a developmental mindset where it's like, I have to do this to. I think it's a progression.
So your advice would be to younger comics, if they are watching this, your advice would be to, if you have a bigger show like ACC or something, do newer material there to get an actual genuine reaction.
You should do whatever you want to do and whatever you feel is good for you.
But like when you're saying showcase set.
My brain just went towards, because that's when I worked there, I would get a guaranteed spot.
Yeah.
So it's like, why wouldn't I
try new
a
things?
bunch of new shit?
No, I feel that for sure.
But some people don't agree with that sentiment. Because they're like, you should get a type 5 and just worry about develop. And it's like, I'm developing my set, but I'm also like growing out of specific jokes.
Yeah.
And especially when I was newer. Like, it's a little different, but like there does come a point where people have to see you do a set. which
Yeah.
is fair because they have to book it. But I also do think there's a lot of wasted opportunity or people kind of just being comfortable.
Yeah.
Because it's like, in order to get good, you have to bomb.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to bomb. You have to take
100%.
swings and not be affected by it.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
for example, if you do a joke and it bombs and you're frazzled,
You can
you
the
can
audience
lose the
picks
crowd.
up on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah. They
if you
sniff it
bomb
out.
with-
Fucks me
Just
up,
like black
dude.
people, they can
Yeah,
sniff your fear
yeah,
too.
when you bomb with grace like that, or like the
Yeah.
confidence,
Yeah.
you can go into your next joke and almost not lose.
Yeah, it looks cool. People are like, "Oh, damn, he just
but you're
shook
also
that off."
You're
Like,
confident in yourself. And
yeah.
then, like when I first started, if I said a joke, sometimes I would be like, "Fuck, why were they?" Probably
yeah.
to tiz them a little bit, but I was like, "What did I say that was wrong?"
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might be the attitude. Too.
No, it was.
Yeah,
Part of it
yeah,
was because
yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to deliver it with confidence.
Yeah,
But if they
yeah.
don't like me,
And
it's
then
like
you-
I'm not going to
Well,
work.
then you're like, "Oh, you guys are fucking stupid."
I would do that.
Like,
I would
you
do
guys
that. I would do
okay,
that.
but you
No,
Oh, yeah.
idiots.
I blame the
Bunch
crowd
of
all the
fucking
time, dude.
dumb idiots in here. All
would do
right,
that shit,
sorry,
dude.
my fucking highfalutin comedy can't fucking come down to your fucking peasant level.
But I was kind of partially because there was times where I was
so
frustrated,
funny.
but there was other times where I thought it was funny to antagonize them. I thought that was like
Yeah,
part of the
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's playing too real to them.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, they are.
they're getting their
Yeah.
feelings hurt.
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking?
What the
I'm a
fuck?
like, I'm not. I think the
Yeah.
context is here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a comedy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had to reel it in, get more like conscious, especially of what
yeah.
people thought of me, though. That was the thing because I could be, you could be the biggest dick or like the nicest person, but if you look a specific way to them,
Yeah.
that's what you are. That's
No,
what you
for
shatter.
sure.
So
No.
then it's like a very like, oh, I have to do it this way.
No, I'm
They believe
realizing
me
that
if- yeah,
too because
yeah.
I know how like I don't really like I love myself or whatever, but I don't like take myself that seriously. Like I'm
Yeah,
like
same.
I'm a fucking I'm a dork. I'm a loser. I'm fun. I enjoy myself, but I know in my head my position. But I feel like when I go places, some people see me and they're like, "This dude's a fucking douchebag." You know what I mean? Like they're like, "Yo, fuck this dude." And so the second that they pick up an air of like me thinking I'm like overconfident or like whatever, they're like, "Fuck this guy." So I have to lean into the like, no. I know I'm very dumb. I know I'm a fucking
Yeah.
idiot, bro. Like I'm not. I don't think any higher than you think of me. And then they're like, "Okay, cool. Like we just want to make sure that you know
Yeah,
we
I
think
got-
you're fucking dumb."
I got that a lot too because I would try
yeah.
to be smart and write like clever jokes.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's just what I like. But
Yeah, and they're like,
yeah.
"Oh,
What's
you
your
think you're
crowd?
better than me?"
Yeah. And you're like, that's
Use
the
the
thing,
words
though.
like arbitrary.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah, you
man.
fucking
but-
genius.
And then the problem sometimes
fucking
it would do
Einstein.
very well, or they would hate me. So it was like a 50-50.
Yeah, because it depended on the crowd's
Yeah, so-
knowledge.
Yeah,
and-
that's what I'm trying to get better
So
at.
then you-
feeling the crowd and what they'll like.
So you either
yeah.
what
Read the
I
room.
Like
read the
cheesy
room.
shit, or they're gonna like dirty shit.
So
Yeah.
but my problem is I don't want to feed into them.
Yeah.
I have like a defiance to
Yeah.
it slightly.
Yeah.
Because it's like I still, and then I'm not saying this is the healthier right thing to do, but
But you're like, you want to
it's
bring
al-
them into your act.
yes,
You're like,
yes,
yo,
it's
I want
almost hard.
you to
It's like-
fucking.
it's like
I
Yeah,
just want to
yeah.
please the people.
Yeah.
see, I don't have that.
Yeah,
I don't have that.
Yeah,
Which is,
yeah.
I guess, weird. But like it's not that I want to please them. I want to make them laugh.
It's just
for sure.
you're more artistic, I think, about
Oh,
it.
it's just my mindset is more just like, for example, if I was a band and I played jazz, if you guys didn't fuck with jazz, I'm not playing.
Yeah, you're like,
fucking
get
pop
out.
music. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I will try to get poppy with my jazz.
That's
maybe.
what DJs are for.
Yeah.
But it's like I will try to meet you within the realm of me. Which is still, I mean, it's part of the process is finding yourself and all that, or finding your voice.
Yeah.
And I guess, and it's not like I've been doing it forever, but for example, like I'm still new.
Yeah, all
But-
of us.
Yeah.
I'm
But in
the
the
newest,
grand
probably,
scheme
yeah.
of like the open mic
Less
scene,
than
I'm
two.
probably older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like I'm not someone
Yeah.
who's a year in, but like it's not. I'm not someone who's great or whatever. But
Yeah.
But the process is different.
Like you still have more to learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure. But,
Yeah.
but there's like
Yeah.
a certain thing where some people will have that, the mentality of just like, ooh, just make them laugh, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I
yeah.
don't
Yeah,
really.
that's all I give a shit about. I'm like, I just
Well,
wanna make
I
them laugh.
want them to laugh, but I still have to do it, feeling like me slightly, or like in a way
Yeah.
that feels for me.
Yeah.
Because like I've said this, I've even said it kind of like earlier, but like if if I make you laugh with something that I don't like, but I know works for you, I feel gross.
Yeah, I have that feeling too.
I don't get any.
Like, there's jokes I've written that I'm just like.
Yeah, it's like when
I'm
you.
Like, I bet this will work, but like I don't think it's funny.
Yeah, there's no reward in it.
It's like when you fuck a chick. It's like when you fuck a chick that's not super hot, but you're like horny, and she like kind of fuck. You're like, hell yeah, dude, I'm gonna get laid though, and then you have sex, and then you're like you feel, or like you feel used, like you're like, oh fucking damn, bro, she just like that's the, you know what I mean? She got one over on me, yeah. Like she's like, fuck, dude, like yeah.
But sometimes I feel, and then some people will have the argument that like laughs are laughs, which I understand, but it's one.
I hate that. I hate when people say that. I hate because like the thing is though, that I don't think that you do. Like I think like you still have your specific brand of comedy. So you're like, I'll read the room, which is smart, but you're not like I'm gonna fucking start doing juggling. Fucking, you know what I mean? You're not gonna just start. If somebody's like the room is like woke as shit, you're not, and liberal as shit, you're not gonna be like, okay, now I'm gonna start doing a bunch of like anti-Trump jokes just to get into your guys' pocket. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't change your whole script up. You're just gonna go, what are the jokes I have that these people that will resonate the best with this crowd?
Yeah, you just edit.
Yeah. But you're not changing your act to fit what they're. Like what they want you to say, you know, because that's what the Seattle scene is, bro. That's what I left there, because the clubs there will only book you. Some of them will only book you, or not even the club. Yeah, they're shitty clubs. They're not even, you can barely call them clubs.
By the way, I don't think that just happens in Seattle.
Well, no, it's other places. It's other places, but it's so much less here, where it's like they were literally being like, oh, if you're talking about this, or you're talking about this, if you're talking about anything trans, if you're talking about anything,
I think in each market there's like a certain hack. Thing that works. When I went to Texas, I noticed that like
they hate gays, they hate fucking
like,
trans
gay
people.
Murder.
They hate
the dumbest.
They're very racist.
But the people that, for example, they're in this bubble of like this murders, and then they go. So it's like it's not going to work here.
Yeah.
LA people come over saying that they're fucking bisexual and expect.
A
fucking clap, right? So then you see someone up there.
It doesn't work.
It's not even that it's not gonna fly. It's just like people don't care. It's like, where's the joke?
They're just like,
But they'll come and they'll be like, I'm bisexual, and it's funny because as a comic, especially the longer you do it, you'll see someone like pause, like you know where they expect.
They're waiting.
And
they're like, oh.
And then they just go into their bit, and then you're laughing, and no one else is, because you're laughing at
that they
embarrassment. So you're just like, oh, that's so funny.
And then they think they're doing good because they hear one laugh. No, they probably don't. But sometimes the delusional ones. They're like, he thinks that's funny.
They're like,
fucking
idiot. What joke? And he's like, you guys didn't even see what I saw, dude.
But also I feel like it breeds weak comedy. Like,
I agree too.
Because like in Texas, like all the Kill Tony fucking regulars and like those people, I've watched all of them come through the club I worked at and fucking perform. And you worked there too. But
I knew the TikTok people.
But exactly, and I'm just saying like all those just like literally the same thing. Like they'll be like, because saying the word faggot gets a reaction in Texas, their whole joke is just getting the crowd to chant the word faggot.
Well, it's not
like that's swear to God, bro, that's Hans Kim's joke, dude.
Really?
Yeah, he just gets the crowd like, and no shout out. Like, I like Hans as a person, but like they just the writing there. It's like, bro, it's literally Uncle Laser. It's the same thing. It's just fucking just these like lazy.
I can't confirm or deny anything.
The views of this podcast don't necessarily reflect the views of Kyle and Bill.
I'm not saying they don't reflect it, but I'm just saying
I can't confirm
here.
or deny. We can't confirm or deny.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only seen what those guys killed Tony, and I mean, I think they're all funny.
Yeah, they're fine, but I don't know. I feel like, I mean, and I don't want to start a bunch of Kill Tony talk right now because I don't want to. Go to my Patreon, folks. You can figure out exactly how I feel about Kill Tony. $1 a month. No, but Kill Tony is fine. Those guys are fine. I mean, it's all It's good shit. I don't know.
But I mean, it's not even just Texas, by the way. This is like each demo.
No,
has
it's
this
other
specific-
places.
Like I've told
It's other
jokes.
places.
Like it seems like anything flies in San Diego.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's pretty
and
cool
then
here. It's pretty
I've
cool.
taken jokes and told them in L.A.
People
and
are
gotten
pretty
zero
a lot
reaction.
tighter, a lot more tighter buttholes in LA.
But,
dude.
but that's
There's-
not like a.
Yeah.
So it does two things. It does actually make you better at comedy because there's certain things that you can't say, which
Yeah,
is kind of
yeah.
understand. Or there's certain things you gotta watch.
Yeah.
But there is another part where it's. So basically, instead of you have to think outside of the box a little bit, outside your comfort zone. Cool.
Yeah.
But there is another part, kind of what you were saying with, like Seattle, or it's like it's so filtered that it's like you're having a copy paste of what you
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
up there,
That's
which
why I
is
wouldn't wanna-
boring.
Yeah, it's a template, and then
Yeah,
people are
well,
just
it's not
going
even a
off
fun
as-
template.
No, no,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's
I
just
mean,
whatever
no.
arbitrary thing you came up
Like
with.
they're
No,
trying-
as a
exactly.
template.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
They're trying
yeah.
to like force what you can write.
Exactly. They're
You
trying to be
know,
like, here, we want these topics to be talked about. Or I mean, they're
Yeah.
not giving you like a list, but they're basically giving you a list of what you can't talk about. And then it's
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah, no,
from
I mean,
there,
which
go
you
with
kind of
whatever there's
borderline
still on the
blacklist
table.
Creativity.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
like,
Yeah,
I
freedom
got-
of
which I-
speech.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
I've
No,
never. It's
That's why I'm not eager to run into those markets.
no, that's
you
why
know?
like I like to like any mics that I do, I like to fucking be like, yo, we're gonna have if I'm running a thing or whatever, I'm like make sure that like the venue is cool with like
But
shit.
then there's
and-
also a mindset that you kind of have to have about bookability. I feel like, though,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
sucks, but it is like very. I've had to dial it back. for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I mean,
And-
there's a
but
line
in,
for
in a
sure.
healthy way
There's a
too.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've definitely had to do it in a healthy way, but then there's another part of kind of like what you're saying. It's like if all these people that book want this copy paste, how do I adapt myself, but not?
Yeah, no, it's hard. I mean,
evil.
a lot of people I know back in Seattle have to do that, where they have to kind of like curb their shit into like, how can I still be funny while still being in this fucking mold of like being able to be bookable, and like that's a shitty.
Which,
It's a shitty spot to be in.
Yeah, it sucks. I don't want to be
you
there.
need that, but there's also, like I said, it's just
That's
some
what
of it's arbitrary to me.
Or you
What
Whereas-
create
I feel
your
like
own-
about bigger people that are like over the line. I was like, there's no way they started that way.
No, yeah.
Like, they got a following before they
Or
started.
you create. Well, that's the thing. Or you create your own following underground, grassroots, and you fucking push and you do it, and then somehow if you're able to build it enough, then you can say whatever the fuck you want, like Sam Hyde.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
know
but
what I
he
mean?
came
Like,
from not comedy. That's the
no,
scary
no,
thing.
for sure, for
that's the
sure.
scary-
Yeah,
he
that's
is,
like,
he is a comedic,
yeah,
but like it's a lot of the you have to learn and eat shit. And in theory,
Yeah.
you don't want to have a fan base while you're finding yourself.
yeah, yeah.
But a lot of people nowadays kind of pop off and then get
Yeah,
thrown
they
into it.
become
so
do
then it's like
comics.
this
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. No, I don't
Oh,
love that. I don't
for
love
sure.
that. No, I
And then,
don't
but
love
I
that.
don't think it makes you better.
No,
And
I
then,
don't- yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
weird. And then a lot of echo chambery shit.
Yeah.
You've seen it at the clubs, but like they bring in
Yeah,
a specific demo, and then they're bad. They don't
Yeah.
even get good now because
No.
they have just.
they don't
everyone
need to.
who
They're
gets it.
playing for
Yeah,
their
yeah.
for fucking audience. Yeah, no, that does suck.
So you're
That
just like,
that.
okay.
No, that really does suck. And like, yeah, it is better. Like Nick Mullen is like a better example. Somebody who
I
like
like Nick
created.
a
Oh,
lot.
I love Nick
Yeah.
Mullen, and it's like funny comic, been grinding for years, but also created his own, network
that's
through
a lot of those guys, like even like Matt and Shane, they
Yeah.
were comics.
Yeah.
Then got into podcasting because
Yeah.
they wanted to do.
Yeah, they wanted to
comedy.
get more
Yeah.
spots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
through comedy, and then and that helped push their comedy careers and
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, those are the right.
So that's
Hell
why
yeah.
you're doing this.
Yeah, I mean, I also just because like podcasts were actually what brought me to comedy, kind of because like
It's a different thing now, though, too.
yeah, but
Yeah.
when I was
Yeah.
because when I was fucking super like depressed and going through my shit, like I was listening to a bunch of podcasts. Like I was like kind of isolated, not really hanging out with a lot of people, and I was listening to a ton of podcasts, and that kind of helped bring me back. And then Legion of Skanks was the podcast. I went and did Skankfest and was
Yeah.
super into Legion of Skanks, and then fucking I listened to that podcast all the way from when it started like 11, 12 years ago to like where they are now. I listened all the way through the fucking backlogs or whatever, and just hearing their journey as like becoming comedians and like what like they were already comics when they started that, but super young comics, and then
Yeah.
they like
Do you know how
And-
many years in they were? Big J was probably.
Big J was
a
like
lot.
18 years or something in already. Like he
Yeah,
had already
yeah.
because he started
Yeah.
super young, or like 15 years. But like Lewis and Dave were like only a couple years, 5-6 years in, or 5 years or something when they started Skank. So it was like pretty early, maybe a little bit longer, maybe like 8 years or something. But they had both only been doing it like maybe like up to a decade or whatever, and then fucking Big J had been doing it for longer. And but yeah, so I love that podcast and shit, and that just
I listen to him all the time.
Yeah. So fucking, it's just a good way, I think, to fucking, it's fun, and I have a constant running dialogue through my head just whenever I'm doing anything. So like podcasting, I'm able to at least fucking, get it out and start to even if nobody's out there. But shit, we did it, y'all. We did an hour. You guys want to give some plugs?
Yeah. I mean, I'm an open micer, but Drake Comedy on Instagram is really it. Other than that, have fun.
Hell yeah.
Bill Barbour funny.
Hell yeah.
On Instagram.
Hell yeah. All right, cool. You guys know how to find us. We got the fucking October 11th coming up, the Natural Born Killers. So get tickets to that, and fucking, we'll see you guys next time. Big love. Support these guys and everything they do, and we'll see you next time. All right.
Thanks for having me.